What is going on, Coaster Spotters? We are back at Six Flags America in Largo, Maryland to check out Fright Fest, which I have been to before at this park, but I had never done the houses since I never really wanted to pay for them and see if they were actually worth buying. But this year had the Diamond Elite Pass, so they are free. So I'm excited to check that out. We're gonna try out all our favorites, all the coasters, all that stuff. Park hours are noon to 9, just a little bit after noon. After making a trip down from the Philadelphia area, I'm excited. I usually really enjoy my days at Six Flags America, and I don't think this should be any different. I think we'll just start out with the new thing, because why not? Get to compare it to one of the last things we did last night at Great Adventure. To see how it's doing. Of course, this kind of made news when one of the brakes jammed and the whole structure was shaking earlier this year. So that was a little terrifying to watch. But you should have a fantastic view of the surrounding area here. And not as tall as Great Adventures, but it doesn't need to be. All right, just did Harley Quinn, and I guess it went down? I'm not sure. Something about it didn't seem just as intense as most of the ones I've done before. I'll definitely give it another try later on. It just didn't seem like it had as much airtime and oomph as these usually do. And I got to watch my dollar sunglasses fly off and explode on the ground, so that was kind of fun. I just realized that this is the day that I usually visit this park, because historically for like so many years I go to the Ace event that's at King's Dominion. Skipped this year mainly because I don't need to go to it anymore, and not an Ace member anymore. So yeah, I just realized I'm usually here and I'm like, oh, there are a lot of Ace members here today. What's up with that? And then I realized, oh, they have their event here today. So, but definitely don't need to do that and pay for that and all that stuff. So, yeah, should be fantastic. Yeah, as you can see, it's not very crowded. Haven't seen Superman go yet, so hopefully that is opens later or whatever. So, all right, let's hit up Joker's Jinx. Always love this ride. Took 3 rides on Joker and 4 rides on Superman over there. Looks like Batwing will be opening pretty soon, but not quite yet, or something's going on with it, I don't know. Joker, running fine. Either painted it last year or the year before, I can't remember. Either way, the track looks great. Sports still are unpainted. And they're running this backwards, which I forgot that they do during Fright Fest. I would love if Great Adventure did this. I believe all it is an option on their panel. I don't even have to like reverse the chains manually. So just don't know why they don't do that at Great Adventure. It's not as scary as you would think though. It really isn't. And it has quite a bit of a line, so hopefully Batwing will open during that time. And, Superman's running fine, little slow, but we'll take some rides later tonight, and I'm sure it'll run a lot better then. That motor just doesn't sound right. You hear it like picking up and letting off. You can even see it. Yikes. All right, it's a typical Six Flags America day for me, which is usually fantastic. And yeah, today it is. Good ops. Might lack a little professionalism, but other than that, I always have a great time here and don't have many problems. And I've walked on to everything. I'm up to like 10 plus rides already, and it's been open for less than 2 hours. And I didn't get here right at road drop. Batwing, fantastic as always. Forceful, smooth. Seriously don't get what people complain about these ones. Although Nightwing was a little rough when we rode it earlier this year, but regardless, gonna go for another run. And man, great day. Gotta ride the B&M Classic. First ever, recently converted to a floorless, and I believe there's a special thing in the gift shop that I'm very excited about. Let's see how it is. I usually don't have too many problems with this thing. Gives me a little bit of roughness right about there, exiting the corkscrew. But other than that, I usually enjoy the heck out of this thing. Glad to get a Nano of Firebird. That's really cool, and had fantastic 2 rides. I love this water slide, but apparently its days are numbered. It didn't open this year, and I believe they announced it closed, but it's still sitting here. Be great for a new amusement park edition, since this always was so out of place. Dang, it was crazy. Sometimes you felt you were just gonna fly out of the curves. It was so old school. It will be missed. This wave swinger sounds terrible, like something really needs to be greased. All right, I haven't forgotten the woodies. I just like to let them warm up a little bit before I hit them up. So that's why we haven't done them yet. All right, took 3 rides on this thing, front seat and towards the back, and I love it. It's such an underrated wood coaster. Fantastic airtime on most hills. A little bumpy, very enjoyable, for sure. So, yeah, having a great time. Fright Fest starts in about 2 hours. So, gonna line up for one of the mazes and then hit up the train, which I did last year. And an unreleased vlog that I will probably release sometime because why not? But excited to try it again. But I want to try it right away, so maybe it's not so dark, so the video comes out nice. Well, I'm glad I rode Wonder Woman when I did. I think it got too windy, and it's down. And surprisingly, you know, Blizzard River is still there. Never get to do it very often because I don't come during the time that it's open, but you know, it's unique. It's not great. I wouldn't be sad if I lost it. Seems like one of the trails is already open. Twisted Fairy Tales, right by Roar and Firebird. So let's give it a try. I've always been interested to see what a Six Flags America maze would be like. I'm a little worried. Maybe they'll surprise me. I don't know. All right. This park always has absolutely fantastic sunsets. Today is probably gonna be no different. But Twisted Fairy Tales was okay. It was, oh, man, I think it was about where I expected the maze level and quality to be. Honestly, was not that bad. Like I could have seen it going really bad. They're not. They have some really big props. They're to the level of this. So I'd say it was decent. Very light on the scare actors. You could tell that they were very low staffed. I was kind of expecting that. So maybe later on it gets a little bit busier once the Fright Fest actually starts. So because I guess these two over by in this one building right by Roar both open a little early, so that's nice. I'll get 2 of them done before I ever expected to get any done. And I'm gonna go line up for the train for first. Traveling is at 6:45. It is 5:48. So let's try Total Damnation. So I guess this is gonna be your hell-themed maze from what I saw of the guy at the exit. And you exit out over here for both of them. So start with the Twisted Fairy Tales over by Roar, and then you'll exit out right here, and then go right into Total Damnation. So Total Damnation, that was a little confusing. They had like demon type guys in there, but like the maze itself kind of felt nautical themed. So yeah, it was just a little confusing, but enjoyed it. Again, more detail than I was expecting, but not overly detailed. Each room has like one big set piece, but it's not filled out like, you know, Universal would be, or even Cedar Fair, or, you know, King's Dominion. Like every inch of King's Dominion houses, there's detail everywhere, where you have one big set piece, it seems like in these ones, but the rooms are just bare and otherwise lots of plywood, and it's fine. It's fine. So just 3 more to do, 2 more houses. I think one's completely outdoors and one's semi-outdoors, and then the train. Basically just to get that sunset back there. That's fantastic. But I also came up on the best operations on a B&M Floorless I've probably ever seen. They put Medusa, aka Bizarro, at Great Adventure to shame. Just watch them work. This is ridiculous. Usually I don't show operations videos, but look at this. I could barely get out of the station before they were ready to dispatch.
Walk-in air gates are now closing in 3, 2, 1.
This guy is awesome, giving instructions, because people don't seem to like, they have to be told to start moving into the train, and yeah. As I said, the sunsets at this park are absolutely fantastic. It's just ridiculous.
1 and 2 are locked. Recheck. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is locked. Train secure.
And about 10 minutes ago, the line was all the way down the stairs, and
All clear means that you guys are out of here. Sit back, relax, over, enjoy your ride here on Firebird. I'll see you guys when you get back. Don't forget to smile for the camera.
not a single stack. And now we're gonna go get in that line before it gets too long. All right, loading up for the first trip of Reaper Railways. The show must go on. I think that's a tagline kind of left over from last year when they had the Hollow Fest. Hollow Fest, wasn't it? I forget. So, there you go. And there's that sunset one more time. Hello. Please don't haunt my dreams. So, of course, if you didn't know, all these require the maze pass. I'm not sure what it costs here. Regardless, Reaper Railways, it's easy. It's not very scary. I think In total, there were 6 scare actors on the whole course. It was fun that the conductor was basically dressed up. Granted, in like Walmart style, like mask and whatnot, but still, that was fun. I enjoyed it. So yeah, definitely would do. They don't run this train very often, so it's just nice to ride the train anyways. So I really wish they would do something during Christmas to this thing, but alas, they don't. So Superman still has a really crazy line, as he saw, so I think I'm gonna try to go get a skip the line pass for that and Harley Quinn and some other things. All right, so 4 skip the lines acquired. There's a place where you can write in what attraction you need, but they didn't ask me for it, so I really like that. I wish it was like that all the time. I think at busier parks, like, they want to distribute them and maybe some rides will run out, but it's so much nicer because now it's nice that I don't know what attractions really have a long line right now. I know Roar's kind of had a long one all day, so, and Superman's probably ridiculous, so it's just nice not to have to plan it out. And I love what they do to their teacups. They add fog, lighting, and music, make it the Terror twist. Wish Great Adventure would do this. Such a simple upgrade. Look at that. All right, 2 more houses to do, or 2 more of the paid experiences to do. VooDoo Curse, which, I mean, fits in really well, considering the Mardi Gras section is right there, so. Don't think this is quite open yet, so that's why there's quite a big line, but still doesn't look all that bad. That was pretty terrible. It is what it is. I'm not gonna give it too much heat. I kind of expected it to be very low budget. Unfortunately, this park gets a very low budget in the Six Flags chain, and they do the best they can with what they have available. That being said, I've done 4 out of 5 of them. I have no idea what this costs. I know Great Adventure can be up to $50, which I don't think is probably worth it. I wouldn't spend more than $20 on these. But it was a nice park to do it for free, for sure, with the pass, of course. So, we only have an hour and a half left. That took a very long time. Didn't open until like 7:15, so we only have about an hour and a half left. We're not gonna do much stuff in the front of the park because I probably will be back in December. I'm sure I'll make my way down here for Holiday Park. All right, let's head into Carnival. I think this is the only scare zone I'm really gonna run into with the limited time I have. So, it'll be nice to get a net ride on Harley Quinn. We have 45 minutes, so we'll see what we can knock out. I have 4 skip line passes if I need them. I don't know if I'll even have time to use them all. All right, final house, Hall Manor, the return of Eleanor. So this goes back in the woods. Ride on Harley Quinn. Second ride on Harley Quinn was way better. Maybe it was because we were fully loaded. My first ride, there was like maybe 6, 7, 8 people on it. Maybe that made the difference. I'm not sure. So this might be the last thing I do. Park closes in 20 minutes, but I didn't want to risk riding anything else and not doing this last maze because that's what I'm here for. All right, so that Haunting on Hill Manor or whatever it was called was really cool. I'm shocked that Six Flags allows that, considering we were pretty much just walking through a dark forest and there were like these small little lanterns kind of light your way for the majority of it with like uneven terrain. The leaves are barely like raked away from the path, and then towards the end a little bit of a maze, but it got a couple of good scares. But just the experience of kind of walking through the woods, we walked, so we're here, we were all the way like behind the brake run, and here's this guy. No, he doesn't want to play. He does want to play. So I like that they keep the scare actors out for a little while past close. Most parks, it's as soon as the clock hits closing time, they're gone. And this park does a really good job of lighting. They've updated a bunch of things. Like this thing looks awesome. They added lights to Roar in the little tunnel thing they have. I mean, yeah. All right, so that is it. I enjoyed myself. I'm glad I finally did some of these mazes here. I looked up online. It seems like pretty much every night it is $20 for the 5 experiences, and if they're going to charge extra, I think that's pretty much appropriate pricing. That's about what I would pay for to try it out once. I don't think I would pay for it for a few years again if I had to, but yeah, it was fun. It was neat. And that last maze, walk through the woods, whatever you want to call it, was pretty awesome. And I definitely want to come back soon, probably next year, and have Ariel check it out. I just told her she has to check something out that's something that corporate doesn't possibly know about. It just feels like it. I feel like the amount of injuries they might have of people like twisting a foot or something like that has to be ridiculous in that house. But that's it from the capital of thrills, Six Flags America. I always love this place. I always have a great time. I always think the ops are solid. Again, it lacks a lot of professionalism, but you know, it's hard to get people, especially at this park. In other years, this year even more so. So there it is. Probably won't be back until possibly this time again next year. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, consider hitting that bell for instant notifications, liking, commenting, and subscribing down below. This has been Alex for The Coaster Spot. Thanks for watching. Oh, and they definitely addressed the issue in the parking lot that happened a few weeks ago, if you're worried about that.